on physiology, how our brain, how we as human beings are wired, clearly we can explain why the music has an impact on our body. And you know, if we look at sound and how music actually feeds into the brain, it goes through what's called the limbic system, where emotions are stirred. And it's fascinating, and that's why I think that you're gonna begin hearing a lot more about the impact of music and different sounds and different vibrational tones as it clearly applies to the physiology of our body. Part of what I do as a medical physician, I'm an internal medicine doc practicing in Phoenix, Arizona, and we deal with patients all the time that come in with a heart attack, with stress, with anxiety, you know, and we know clearly that there's a place for music therapy to help to cut away the chaos, if you will, to soothe the soul. If we look at the structure of the brain, we know that language feeds into the brain in a certain part of the brain. On the exact opposite side, music actually is where we actually are able to recognize the sounds.
Really?
So there's a time.
You're talking about the left and
on
right
the left
side?
and the right. In fact, I have a model brain here, if you will. And it's in the temporal lobe, which is where language is actually received, the conceptual linguistic area of the brain, on the left side. On the opposite side, the exact same anatomical place is where we recognize sound. Interesting to that, gesture, sign movement, body gesture is very, very close to where the sound part of the brain is. So when I met Yuri, when I saw what he's doing, I think it's just a fantastic tool that we as the medical community can bring to the bedside to our patients, to bring to family members, to bring to the staff, you know, to really help lower the levels of stress as, you know, as each day we're getting older and helping to bring clarity in our thought and bring a little taste of prayer in the day. And I think that's so important to show you know, if you look at the chemicals within our body, you know, I often talk about relaxing from the inside out or healing from the inside out, you know. They may want to show a little graphic that I prepared. In looking at what music does to the brain is it helps to increase certain chemicals and decrease other chemicals. For example, cortisol is a stress chemical in the body. And we know that it causes blood vessels to constrict. Clearly, I mean, we know that. So when you're under stress, when the body is stressed for whatever reason, those cortisol levels go up and it causes constriction, blood vessels to constrict, reducing blood flow, for example.
Blood pressure goes up.
Absolutely, blood pressure goes up. And what happens is that you get chronic headache, neck ache, just all fatigue, digestive problems, muscle ache, chest pain can occur, heart attack can come on because of it. We know that. And so this is one modality that we as a medical profession, and I really kind of want to confer that because this isn't a, you know, a hocus pocus kind of thing. Everything that we do, that I personally am involved in, is clearly seated in medicine and clearly seated in prayer. And I think the two you can't go wrong with. It's just so powerful. It's so powerful.
Amazing.